Well, should we, switch to another quarterback that got a interesting deal?
Yeah, speaking of unwatchable and not that interesting, that's a
Yeah.
perfect segue into
Yeah.
Cam Newton signing with the Patriots.
Astonishing.
It was really surprising.
Really surprising.
He re-signs with them for 1 year, $13 million, $6 million in incentives.
So a large majority of that contract is going to be based on his play. So I don't know how that's going to work out for him. I mean, he took the 1 year, I think, veterans minimum last year. So he didn't get paid a whole lot last year. And they were probably right to do that, considering all. But yeah, I don't get it. I really don't.
I won't hate this move if in the next couple of weeks when the draft happens, if they land like a Mac Jones or they land a quarterback in someone.
Yeah.
Chris Sims loves that dude from Texas A&M. He's got him like his top five. Yeah. His top five is kind of weird, but if they get someone that they can groom, I would support the move because Cam is a proven NFL quarterback and he's been to a Super Bowl. He's been an MVP. He's got his.
It's been a couple of years.
I know, but as a person that a young guy can learn from, it's pretty perfect. As far as does this make New England a playoff team this year or a competitive team this year? I think we saw everything we needed to see last year. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think that this will improve their team. Personally, I think it will only make them worse. I can't stand Cam Newton.
You think last year?
Yeah.
They were not good last year.
No, they weren't. And a large part of it was Cam's play. I mean, the guy can't throw the ball down the field. His shoulder is shot. He's a horse with a broken leg. And Bill just needs to take the shotgun out of the shed and put him down. I got
that's a pretty dark analogy.
It is 100%. But the guy, he can't play the quarterback position anymore. He just can't.
I think a lot of his game was also dependent on his just his freak athleticism and his mobility.
Yeah,
and
which,
as he's getting,
to his credit, I feel like he still has a little bit of that.
Well, he's still a massive human being. He's still a huge dude, and he's still a freak athlete. They definitely leaned into his mobility, I guess.
Yeah,
but
they drew up some plays for that.
But a quarterback they need to throw the ball. I mean, that's literally the position. So I don't like the move for winning this year again, unless they take someone in the draft or they have another guy behind him. I guess this puts to bed all the Jimmy Garoppolo talk.
I was going to say.
I thought that was kind of a pipe dream to begin with, to be honest with you, that they would trade back for him at by the way, a much higher contract price.
Much higher.
Cam,
which is not a Patriots thing to do.
No.
They don't take on huge contracts ever.
As far as contracts goes, this is a Patriots quarterback contract.
Yeah,
it's not very high, and there's even the highest he can get is 13. So he might even get 13. And to have
I can't imagine that he does. Yeah.
I don't know, unless they add a ton around him, and I don't see them doing that either because I just don't get it, man. I don't get the Patriots plan here. I thought Bill Belichick and Tom would leave
pretty lost.
Didn't you kind of think that he would be rejuvenated to kind of hardcore jumpstart this thing from the beginning?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why does it feel like every move he's made has been a non-inspired Band-Aid move?
Couldn't tell you.
They are so boring. I cannot understate how boring they were to watch last year.
They don't have anybody that can go, break one off for 50 yards. And that offensive line is, obviously the starting point. Cam was under pressure a lot. I harp on Cam a lot, but in defense of his play, they weren't really giving him a whole lot to work with. The wide receiver core is not good. The running back core is not terrible, but again, a running back is only as good as their offensive line.
Speaking of their offensive line, Joe Thuney is a free agent right now, and he's probably one of their better linemen. He's gonna command a high price on the market because offensive linemen always do. But he's a pretty notable free agent that they did not franchise tag, and a key piece of that offensive line. And like you're saying, they need their offensive line to be in good shape if Cam's going to have a shot here. I will give them the benefit of the doubt because they always seem to find guys like Joe Thuney, like always
next man up.
Kind of always happens. So we'll see. I think we're headed for a lot of the same. I'd like to know what the direction of this team is. I know that they were just the greatest dynasty ever.
Yeah.
And Belichick's obviously a mad genius. He knows what he's doing. I just like
now
I said,
starts to beg the question.
I don't think so.
Was it Brady?
I think it's 6 Super Bowls. It can't just be Brady.
Yeah, absolutely. But a lot of people are coming out now and saying, the Patriot way was Tom Brady. And when he left, Belichick's still there, and I'm sure that the Patriot way feel is still there, but maybe the heart and soul of it isn't. And,
he definitely came to Tampa and installed a culture by himself alone.
Absolutely.
So there's some merit to that for sure. But I sit more in the camp of it was a marriage over however long he was there. I don't remember how many years, but
20.
Yeah, a long time. It was a marriage between the two of them that made this work.